show! Right. Give it up for Christina Aanestad.
Well, we ain't got a barrel of money. We might be ragged and funny, but we'll travel along, singing a song, side by side. It was just a rumor. No, I didn't beat another inmate with a padlock and a sock. I just used my fist. I mean, yes, I had a padlock and a sock, but it's a tool that we use to smash the little bars of soap they give us and mold it into something that then I can sell, get some commissary, you know, like a snowman for the holidays. Poor girl's gotta hustle. But this inmate at the pod over didn't like the sounds of pounding. Can you stop making that noise? I'm trying to sleep. In the middle of the day, I'm 19, in jail. Second generation on the white side, third generation on the brown side, at least, to be incarcerated. Family tradition or poverty and trauma, depending on what side you look at it from. Dad's side, pretty well off. Their neighbor, the ambassador to Sweden. Mother's side, some poverty, a lot of intergenerational trauma. Probably goes back to the conquistadors. Anyways, I'm 19, I'm in jail, I don't want any problems. So I try to soften the blow. I said I'm trying to sleep! Knock that noise off! It's in the middle of the day, lady. She wasn't having it, and she came at me. In jail, we talk shit a lot. What else is there to do? But there comes a time when the shit talking gets real, and you either back it up or you back it down. But it's not really a choice. I know. I backed down from a fight once. I got punked, and it's the worst thing you could do in jail, or you could be in jail. So when she came at me, it was on. Hair flying wildly, punching, scratching, clawing, slapping, punching. CEOs ran, got me in a headlock. There's blood on my hands. And I just made it into minimum security. So they locked me up in solitary. Cool! Less bitches to deal with. I'm gonna read. I mean, it's not quite solitary. It's ADSEG. We call it Medium North B in Elmwood. Same difference. It's solitary. You're in your cell 20, 22 hours a day. I can eat breakfast in here. Then I go out for lunch, hang out for an hour maybe. Dinner, hang out for another hour. It's a small cell. It's about 6 feet wide. There's a toilet, sink, 8 feet long. That's about it. I'm just gonna read. It's just me, alone. There's a Buddhist saying, loneliness is an opportunity to befriend oneself. Well, that's the least thing I wanted to do. I had spent most of my life running from all the trauma and the pain. But in here, there's nowhere left to run. The days turn into weeks. And the walls, they just start getting smaller and smaller and smaller. My skin starts crawling. Scratches turn into claws. I start twirling my hair, tugging and tugging. Before you know it, there's a pile of hair on the floor. Trichotillomania, they call it. And in this small cell, I'm manic. Some people eat their hair. What am I going to do with it? Maybe I could floss my teeth with it. In here, there's nowhere to go. I'll just sweep it under the bed. And no one will know what I'm living with in here. Being 5 years old, living in an SRO in the Tenderloin with junkie parents who really weren't around. Chrissy, go watch your brothers. Playing with my parents' needles. Chrissy, where did you put my points, girl? Where did you put my needles? I need those. Daddy, Daddy, wake up. Waking up one morning to my dad's cold body, his face purple and blue. No one left to protect me from my mom's drunken whippings. Told you, girl, I'd give you something to cry about! Now shut up! Or no one left to protect me from mom's new boyfriend, who thought it was okay that I share the bed with them. Come to bed, little girl. CPS stepping in. This is an unfit home. Foster homes with kids I don't know. I finally landed in with my grandmother, the safest place I've ever known. Here's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, Chrissy. Get ready for ballet, we leave in an hour. My own room for the first time. No more sleeping in the back of the car. Camping, Dad called it. But what the fuck was I supposed to do with everything I'd just lived through? Started processing. That's when I began pulling my hair. In a few years, it was over. They moved me into my aunt's. But all that grief came roaring up. Another loss from my grandmother I couldn't bear. More family separation. I ran away, got stoned for the first time, started cutting myself. Damage control. Okay, you can go back to your grandma's. They put me back to my grandma's. But I could no longer hold the illusion of normalcy. I'm 12. I take a bottle of pills to try to kill myself. So they threw me in a nut ward. And then a foster home. Back to the system. Hey girl, come here. Show me your tits. She lets me. My daughter's friend. He kicked me out. 2 group homes later, I run away on the streets. Fuck it! Everyone failed me anyways. It's my turn now. Sleeping in doorways in the Tenderloin, South of Market, UN Plaza. Eating out of garbage cans. Sleeping in abandoned buildings in San Jose. Riding the BART to Berkeley, People's Park. Or just riding the BART alone. I have nowhere else to go anyways. Can you spare a little change? Hey, mister, can you spare a little change? Can you spare a little change, lady? This is my job. Can you spare a little change for some beer? Hey, can you spare a little change so I can get fucked up on alcohol, meth, PCP, LSD, getting wasted on the streets, passing out. I think she's passed out. You want to go first, or should I? I'm 15. I have a boyfriend. We're fighting. It's triggering. It's like losing my dad all over again. So I start cutting myself again. My ritual. Bloodletting. A ritual of relief and release. And he sees the scabs on my arms. What did you do, girl? You know, we take this out on them, on the world. And his words hit me like an epiphany. I looked out into the streets where we lived, and I knew the world was from my taking and my wrecking. Violent, aggressive, volatile. Hey, can you spare any change? Can you spare any change? I'm not a ghost. Fuck you. Hey, can you spare a little change so I can get wasted? This is my job. Fuck you. Give me a job. Give me a blow job. Getting drunk into brawls. 2 knife fights later. Oh. One where I'm the victim, and another where I'm the perpetrator. Here I am. Solitary. I never really learned how to live like a normal person. Always overcompensating. Thinking I have to be strong. What would you do if everyone wants to fuck you or fuck with you. You know, shortly after my dad died, my abuelita drank herself to death. My mom then really had no one. Mom says some of her last words were, "Remember the good times." Yeah, we had some good times. Some of the best times I remember in my childhood were at Ocean Beach, San Francisco. The waves roaring. Dad would have a bonfire, and we'd roast marshmallows. My dad wasn't just a junkie. He was also a cook in the Merchant Marines. He wore this green army jacket that you could zip up in the front. He'd take us kids to the store. "Come on, kids, let's go shopping." We'd go to Safeway nearby or in the marina. "Hey, Chrissy, go get me some garlic." We'd run around looking for candy. An onion. Steak. When you get down the aisle, no one was around. Take that steak, shove it down his jacket, zip it up. "All right, kids, let's go." Check out aisle. He'd pick one of us up. "Just an onion today." One time my brother said, "Hey, Dad, what about the steaks?" "We're not getting those today, son." Another time, the alarm went off. They took us kids and ran out the door. "Don't come back!" they yelled. At Ocean Beach, back at the fire, we were living it up. Dad would take out the iron pan, roast up those steaks and some grilled onions. So good. Then Mom, she'd make our bed in the back of the station wagon with the sounds of the waves lulling us to sleep. She'd turn on the radio. A family song would come on. She'd sing along. "We ain't got a barrel of money. We might be ragged and funny, but we'll travel along, singing a song, side by side." When they finally let me out of solitary, back in general population, it had been about 30 days. And boy, was I the talk of the town. "Ooh, I seen that girl. You don't want to mess with her. She beat somebody up with a padlock in a sock. You don't want to mess with her." I didn't say anything. Let the rumors fly. You know? Cool. Less bitches to deal with.